Welcome back to another beautiful day in Cape Town. It's supposed to be storming this weekend, but as you can see, sun is shining. It's supposed to get up to about 85 today, which is nice and warm. So I'm going to now tackle the project that I've been putting off for a long time. So most of you will know I went with the bigger tires. It's a 285/70/17 on a 8.5J rim. What you'll notice is that I've got a little bit of rubbing on the body mount over there where it's all polished off the paint. I've already taken off the side steps. I've trimmed up a little bit in the front here, trimmed up a little bit in the plastics on this side, just to get everything sort of like eyeball for fitment. But today we need to sort that out because tomorrow we are going off-roading. Actually, we're just meeting up with Matt and a bunch of the other mates, and I'm going to get to camp, and from camp we're going to jump in with another car and we're going to go on the trail with them. I don't have skids, I don't have sliders, and I'm just not prepared to tackle that grade obstacles without having the protection. So I need to get these things sorted out, so at least tomorrow while we're cruising down and we're heading towards them and going on the trail, we're still going to have to deflate, we're still going to have to do a little bit of off-roading to get there, which I'm super excited about. It's been 18 months since I had to air down tires, so I'm really looking forward to it. But I mean, she is just looking so good. I did a really terrible job with the tire shine yesterday when I cleaned her up, but I need to get in here and eventually do it. So you'll see here, these plastics haven't been cut. The tire hacked away a little bit here, so I just finished it off with a knife. You can see there the tire's been wearing through. So today we're going to cut off the plastics where we need to. I don't like the way that the dorsal is standing all open here with the holes and everything like that, so I'm busy cutting those. I'll put that in another video. Make sure that you subscribe and like and do whatever you need to do to make sure that you get that notification when that video goes up, because I think it's going to look a whole lot nicer with that on. But that's not today's plan. For today's plan, all we want to make sure is that when we're turning these tires, they're not catching at the back over there, they're not catching over here, and when we get a bit of articulation, I don't hear crunch 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 from the bumpers. So super excited. If you saw the last video, I did a little bit of running around to go and get a compressor and a whole bunch of other things. But now we're going to tackle this, and I'm super excited because I get to cut. I got a new angle grinder for Christmas, picked up some blades today, and I get to chop. I just realized it's going to be an absolute pain to film, but I'm going to show you guys as best as I possibly can on where I'm cutting, just so that you guys can go ahead and do it. And my long-term plan is get this ready for 35s, maybe 37s. Eventually I want to end up in 37s. So I'm going to take away probably more than you would need to if you're running on 285/70/17s. But like I say, you know, it's in preparation for some bigger tires. And all I'm going to do is I want to keep this, although this one's out, I want to keep that in. There's another clip behind here, so I'm just going to take it somewhere over here and snip across. And I'm going to have to cut this off first so that I know where I'm cutting it there. Like I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to cutting with these blades. It's true, I had a traumatic experience as a lighty where I cut my fingers, ended up at hospital, you know, injections in the wound, stitches and all of that type of thing. So it's not my friend. But anyway, I've cut that a little bit too high. I would have come a little bit further down if I had to cut it all again, but that's done. You'll notice I've already trimmed this section here because this is where the cap is going to cover from the side steps that I've got up. And again, there you can see, maybe not, that's polished there because that's where the tire is rubbing when it turns. So I'm pretty happy with this already. So this is the one I trimmed yesterday, and you can see that I came a lot lower on this cut, and I should have done it on that side. But I'm also one of those guys where I want both sides to match, so I can't do anything about the black plastics. But what I can do with this one is, this is the piece that I cut off from that side, so I'm just going to trace it on here and trace that cut there so that they look kind of the same. So always start on the one and trim a little bit. Once you're happy with that side, then you can mimic it on the other side so that they both look the same. Call me anal, call me OCD, it is what it is. I find the best way to make these cuts is just a lot of light cuts, and eventually you'll get through all of it. I'm in two minds about cutting the front bumper just yet. I have an idea to cut it along here just to get a little bit of clearance on the back end here, but I'm still undecided about that, so I'd love to hear your comments down below what you guys have done in terms of fitting 35s and just getting it out to be able to go on the trail. But in the meantime, I'm going to trim up over here, and again, you can use whatever you want, but I got a new tool and it's about time we use it. Now for the plastics, you can decide how much you want to trim off, but my whole goal is to keep the plastic liner inside the wheel well, just to provide some extra protection. So what you're going to want to do is pull the plastic all the way down, and I'm just going to trim it somewhere along that line there, put another hole in to meet up with that one. This hole over here becomes null and void, and it just tucks up underneath the bumper, kind of like what I've done on this side over here. So you can see plenty of space inside there for the wheel. You can see I've cut along there, it's tied in, it's secured, ain't going anywhere. I might actually trim a little bit more of this plastic over here for the time being, but otherwise she's good. There is no doubt in my mind that would have been 100 times easier if I just had to remove the wheel, but I'm not about to remove the wheel, and I would say it came out looking pretty good, if I can. So there it is from the bottom, there it is from the top, and more than likely I'm going to have to remove a little bit more once I go to 35, but at that point I will cap these. I'm not capping these right now. You can already see it there. I mean, that is just, it is so close. And by the time I finish with this side, this is going to be premium. Thank you, Groundhog Plumbing. I'm also building some premium things here out in the apartment wash bay. I tried to get these looking the same, and unfortunately they just didn't, because again, I didn't remove the wheel. Would have made it so much easier, but that one there is cut a little bit more aggressive down at the bottom here. That was not intentional, so if you have a look at that one and then that one, they're a little bit different, but overall I'm happy with it. So what you saw me doing on the other side was a little bit of brake cleaner just to clean up all the dirt, whack it with some black paint, and it is golden and good to go. And the best thing about this, it's free. I didn't pay anybody to do it. I could do it all myself. I got to play with this little puppy, and I must admit, it's my first time really getting in with a battery operated angle grinder. I think I prefer a corded one, it just seems to have more torque. And this thing got mighty hot, and I'm going to call that a win. If you got any questions, drop your comments down below. If you like the video, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, leave a comment for me, a like if you thought this video was great. So final product, there we have it. She's cut up, plenty of clearance through there. I might end up taking a little bit more out, but the beauty of having a battery operated angle grinder is I get to take it on the trail with me tomorrow. And there we are on that side there. And these are the plastics, so that's the one side. You know what they say, the second time always goes better. I'm actually quite impressed with how this side here came out, and I'll see if I can get under here for you. So cut the plastic, I mean it's in there, it ain't going anywhere, it's only secured here. Cut the bumper, that turned out really nice. She's all done now, she's got plenty of clearance. Yes, when it comes to fitting 35s, I'm going to have to take the seam at the back here, you knock that over, open it up a little bit, but ultimately, who wants to go 35s when you can go 37s? That's it for this video. If you want to check the next video out, which is probably going to be the one where we're actually out on the trail, there are a couple of GXs. I think there's a 4Runner. There is 2 Jeep Gladiators, which are pretty tricked out. If you want to check that out, make sure you smash that subscribe button and pop that notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. But I thank you for staying with me. Until the next time, bye. Be so kind as to hold that for me.
Designated camera lady.
No, partner in crime.
Partner in crime. We haven't done this thing for you.
But did you hear that?
No, I did. Yes, I did.
You did or didn't?
I did.
What did you hear?
Nothing.
Exactly. I fixed it.